Okay, in this video, we're going to take a look at how to set up the items to show up in the portal. The easiest way to do that would be click on the strains. In this case, I'm going to select GDST, and we can see here that we have an e-commerce template item. So this item, we can set up all of the values we need for the portal on this item, and then we will eventually have the ability to update the ecom configurations for the rest of the inventory IDs out there. So we only have to set up on one item per strain. That's how we can get strain specific stuff, and then it will be copied to all of the other individual items. So if we click the pencil, we'll launch the stock items form, which is the same as if we went into the stock items form and call the item up. And there's a couple of areas of that feed the portal. So here, the first thing to look at is attributes. Now, the sales categories are what's going to define where it is on the hierarchy within the specific item, the specific category on the portal. And I'll show you where to set those sales categories up. An item can consist in multiple categories. In addition, we can load an image up here, and more importantly, we can go to the, or as importantly, we can go to the description field. This is HTML, and the easiest way there would be to fill in the HTML any way you want. And here you can pick the different styles that would represent, in this case, header 1 or header 2. And then in the style sheet, we can change the font and the size or anything else we want to display this correctly, or using the Curio fonts. So this is where we would go in and set up that template part, saving this item, and then clicking the actions will update all of the rest of the items. So that's how simple it is to duplicate those values across all of the items in that strain, allowing us to make strain specific stuff. Now, under distribution, inventory, item sales categories, this is where we define what the hierarchy looks like that we saw on the sales groups in the item maintenance. So here, as I add items, they will show up in whatever category I put them in. So this is something that needs to be looked at and decided on what the taxonomy will be and showing. And again, a single item can be appear in multiple groups, and they will show up on the portal. All right, now we'll take a look at a couple of other settings. Under max queue and under the preferences, under the shared, we will have regions, and we can set up multiple regions to designate which customer, and put the customers in those regions and designate which products will be sold to them. So in this case, we have the house and then just a demo spot for region 1, region 2. They can be renamed to anything else that you need. And the way that's assigned is if I go to customers, and in this case I'm going to pick Curio Dispensary. I'm going to actually go into cultivation too. You can see that I can have cutoff time for the next day. This will be changed to say next day cutoff time, and the days of the week that I deliver to that customer. I also can come back into max queue, cannabis, and then items and regions. And in this case, I can put in a item class and then pick which regions can see those particular products. So this allows me to set up by class what items will be shown in which region for which, and the customer, and depending on what region the customer's in, will dictate what products he sees. So any available product that's checked will show to that particular customer. So those are the kinds of, that's the few items that need to be thought about when we go to the portal. Now I'm going to Okay, so here I'm logged in as a portal user in the test portal, so they're not actually connected to the live. We will copy the live data to the test as the stuff is entered, and you can see here because I'm tied to the proper region, I'm able to see these items. And I also can pick the items that I want. Quantity available will show up. And as I come in here, we can see that I get, and we will change the size of this. I can see what my picture is and the description coming from the page that we showed previously on the descriptions on the item master, and that's how that'll appear there. Now we can make changes to this page as needed, but for now, that's where those items will be displayed.